have
Yeah.
Don't.
That a little bit too much.
Like,
All right, never mind. We're not going to read the last story.
Good evening, Tiffin, and welcome to another broadcast of WHEI News Center 10, live at 5.
tonight we bring you a shocking story of a wounded officer at the Capitol.
Also, as well tonight, we bring you the most recent on Heidelberg University's Greek Week and what you can expect.
We will also give you the ultimate throwback in social news that only some may remember.
Coming up, find out why the White House was shut down.
And also, President Obama's trip to Cuba and how it affects international relations.
Don't touch that remote.
WHEI News Center 10, live at 5, starts now.
Good evening, Tiffin, and welcome to WHEI News Center 10, live at 5 for Tuesday, March 29th, 2016. I'm Elizabeth Wren.
And I'm Laura Beta. Let's get to our first story of the night.
A U.S. Capitol police officer was shot at the Capitol Visitor Center complex in Washington, D.C. The officer's injuries are reportedly not life-threatening, and the alleged gunman has been apprehended. According to Yahoo News Chief Washington correspondent Oliver Knox, the White House was put on lockdown for several minutes, but that caution was lifted. While Congress is currently in recess, there were tens of thousands of people expected in Washington, D.C. on Monday during a typically busy spring break and tourist season. Shortly after the lockdown at the White House was lifted, several hundred tourists were seen moving freely outside the fence and taking selfies as if nothing had happened.
Fidel Castro laid into Barack Obama after the U.S. president's historic visit to Cuba in a testy newspaper column on Monday, saying the communist island doesn't need any, quote, gifts from the empire. Castro scoffed at what he described as Obama's call to forgive and forget more than half a century of Cold War malice. Castro remained out of sight during Obama's visit, which aimed to drive the point of peace, announced in December 2014 by U.S. President and Raul Castro, who has proven to be more reform-minded than his older brother. But several glaring issues remain unsettled, including the fate of the U.S. naval base at Guantanamo Bay, which Cuba wants back, and Washington's more than 5-decade-old embargo on the island, which Obama again called on Congress to lift. Isaiah Atkins of Marion has taken a plea deal after impersonating a senator in December. Atkins has told his school that he had been appointed by the state senate to replace State Senator David Burke for giving a speech. When Senator Burke showed up, Atkins was arrested and charged with telecommunications fraud, which is a 5th-degree felony, and charged with impersonating a peace officer, which is a 3rd-degree felony. Atkins was released on bond of his own recognizance, but was told not to leave the state. This changed earlier this month when Atkins went to Washington, D.C. for the National Model U.S. Congress Conference. On Monday, Atkins pled guilty to a single count of impersonating a peace officer. In return for his guilty plea, the court dropped the charge of telecommunications fraud. Atkins faces 9 to 36 months in prison and could be fined up to $10,000.
You may think that your employers are the best, but does Forbes agree with you? Marathon Petroleum in Findlay Ohio tops the list of Forbes' America's Best Employers. The list ranks 500 of the best employers in America, with Marathon coming out on top at number 1, beating out companies like Google and Facebook. Others out of Ohio include The Ohio State University, ranked 53, Huntington, ranked 121, Owens Corning, ranked 138, and First Energy, ranked 163. Notable on the list as well is Ford Motors ranking at 69, compared to General Motors ranking at 441. You can see if your employers made the list at Forbes.com/bestemployers. That wraps up our local news segment for the day.
But don't go anywhere, because after the break, we will tell you about an exciting event happening tonight.
You're watching WHEI TV 10.
Student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
This is the ocean, and this is Kipper. Kipper doesn't live in the ocean, but if she did, this is likely what would happen. This is Sparky, and this is habitat destruction. Boozer doesn't like it, neither does we wouldn't let this happen to Kipper, Sparky, Boozer, or Fluffy. In the oceans, it's worse. Lacking opposable thumbs, Kipper can't take action, but you can. Visit BeringSeaCanyons.org.
In the heart of Heidelberg's campus lies the Fireside Cafe and Pub, featuring a relaxing and engaging space welcome to the public. Fireside's menu includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, desserts, and even a soothing latte or coffee, offering a wide selection of exciting new and wholesome food options. Fireside Cafe Pub also serves a variety of refreshing drinks to accompany its cozy atmosphere. Come experience Fireside's new fall menu and visit us on Instagram at Berg Dining Services.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
Welcome back to News Center 10 Live at 5.
Let's get started on our Heidelberg campus news segment. Greek Week is in full swing here at Heidelberg University. Last night kicked off Greek Week festivities with the opening ceremony. Each group had 2 representatives introduce their group to the crowd with fun facts about their group. Dorothy Ferris, a junior Greek member, commented on how excited she is for this coming week and its activities.
Greek Week is a lot of fun for all of the groups. It allows us all to get to know each other better and improve our Greek unity. I'm really looking forward to all of the fun activities that are planned.
Your very own WHEI will keep you up to date on all of the Greek Week activities. Tonight is the infamous Game and Craft Night in the Commons. It begins at 8 p.m. and goes until 10. It's not just a Greek-only event, all students are welcome. For a full schedule or for any questions, contact the Vice President of Programming, Laura Beta, at lbayda@heidelberg.edu.
Tonight at 9:30, Tiffin University is hosting a drag night. You may have seen flyers around campus. This event theme is a night at the casino, and Tiffin students and faculty are dressing in drag. Tiffin University teamed up with Heidelberg Student Senate to get the word out to more students. Katie Mullins, a sophomore Senate student, says,
I'm so excited to go to TU's drag night tonight. It's going to be so much fun, and all the proceeds go to amazing cause. They always put on a great show, so get excited.
Doors open at 9 p.m. and it costs $1 and $5 for public. If you have any questions or for more information, contact spectrum@tiffin.edu.
The men and women of Alpha Phi Tau are hosting a 24-hour walkathon this weekend. The basic premise of the event is to raise money for the Habitat for Humanity in the Tiffin area. Students are encouraged to join the apps as they walk a route around campus. The route is to ensure that the participants are safe at all times. If you do decide to join them while they walk, you are also able to get service hours for your Greek group as well. Samuel Conde speaks on the importance of the fundraising event for the Tiffin community because many people living in Tiffin do not have proper housing.
The 24-hour walk for Habitat for Humanity is a great opportunity for you to engage in service and help the Tiffin community. Habitat for Humanity builds homes for people who need them, and they need money to do that.
If you have any questions, contact Nolan Miller at nmiller2@heidelberg.edu.
So Greek week is this week. I'm so excited.
I bet you are. A lot of your hard work has gone into making this week go well for everyone.
Yeah, today's Berg Unity Day, and it's been so cool to see on social media everyone post about it.
Yeah, I definitely posted my picture with my other Greek friends and having us good time.
Awesome.
That's all we have for Berg's News today. We'll come back. We'll give your inner fangirl something to scream about.
News Center 10, live at 5. We'll be right back.
WHEI TV 10, let's go!
Student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
When depression meets hope, everything can change. Help someone who's struggling by supporting the National Alliance on Mental Illness and be a part of the NAMI effect. Hope starts with you.
We got adopted.
Over the years, I came to know the full story of what really happened. She had us when she was 17.
The way she saw things going, it wasn't a good environment to raise a kid. The fact that she did that just shows how strong of a woman my mother is, and I thank her each and every day for it. I wouldn't be the person who I am today, and I like the person I am today. I knew I was loved and I was part of a family, so that was what's important to me. I'm Christoph.
And I'm Christopher.
And our mom chose adoption.
Hello, and welcome to our Social Spotlight segment. Let's check out what's trending today in the world of social media. Backstreet's back? All right. If you were wondering where the Backstreet Boys went, don't worry, we found them. Nick Carter, one of the original boys, is creating a zombie movie. The movie won't only unite the Backstreet Boys, but NSYNC as well. Dead 7, the 2-hour sci-fi original movie, takes place in the post-apocalyptic West. It follows a group of gunslingers trying to rid a small town of a zombie plague, and you guessed it, most of the gunslingers just happen to be our favorite boy band members. Dead 7 premieres on Sci-Fi Friday, April 1st at 8 p.m. If your inner fangirl isn't screaming by now, just wait until Friday. In other entertainment news, the long-awaited movie Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice did not live up to the high expectations of super enthusiasts. Although Ben Affleck was hopeful to be a promising Batman, he left audiences wanting Christian Bale more than ever. Many fans seemed excited for the new release as the box office grossed the same amount of the last Batman movie in 2012, but it seemed to fall short. It scored a dangerously low score on Rotten Tomatoes of 29%. Hopefully there is another hero to save the franchise. That's all we have for your Social Spotlight segment. Let's send it back over to Elizabeth and Laura at the news desk.
Thanks, Jeff. You know, I don't think that new Batman Superman movie is going to get any Oscar noms anytime soon.
Probably not, but Backstreet's back, alright!
And in sync.
Yeah.
But if your heartthrob is not going, then you've got a problem.
Yep.
It's time to throw it over to Henry to take a look at today's top sports stories.
This week in sports, March Madness is in full swing, as there are only 4 teams left in the tournament. So let's take a look at how Villanova's found its way into the Final Four. It was a heated battle between the Kansas Jayhawks and the Villanova Wildcats. The Wildcats looking to upset the #1 seed. Villanova capitalized in the first half with steals and dunks like these two from Josh Hart and Frank Mason. However, Kansas was able to stay in it with a drive and kick to a wide-open Graham for the three-pointer. Despite this, Villanova fired back with a 3 to close the half, leaving the score 32-25. As the second half began, it was a back-and-forth battle between the Jayhawks and the Wildcats. The Jayhawks climbed their way back into this game with the three-point shots like this one. However, the Wildcats were able to attack the basket and get easy points. The Jayhawks just couldn't go away, though, and after a quick basket from the Wildcats, the Jayhawks were able to climb the zone with this three-pointer. But the Wildcats were able to seal the deal with 6 seconds left as they stole the ball from the Jayhawks, ensuing their entrance into the Final Four. Villanova will go on to play Oklahoma after a 62-59 victory over the Jayhawks. The Oklahoma Sooners and the 1-seed Oregon Ducks faced off for a chance to play in the Final Four. The Ducks and Sooners went to battle, and however, it was pretty lopsided as Oklahoma took care of business. Although Buddy Hield, one of the biggest stars this March, put on a show. A three-pointer from Hield early really showcases his talent as he hits a shot with a hand in his face. Oregon didn't go down without a fight clearly after this ferocious block to stop the Sooners from getting the easy basket. Oregon also worked hard on the boards, allowing them to have slams like these. However, Buddy Hield was relentless, hitting this deep three at the end of the half to put the Sooners up big. Hield continued his good play in the second half by hitting threes left and right like this one. With Hield leading his team to the Final Four, the Ducks fall 80-68, granting Oklahoma a trip to the Final Four. Also, the Port Clinton Redskins defeated the Tiffin Columbian Tornadoes 3-2 in the first tennis match of the season. The Redskins got their 3 wins from Jacob Koch at second singles 4-6, 6-3, and 6-2. First doubles with Tristan Oxter and Dean Colston 6-2, 3-6, and 6-1, and second doubles with Ashton Barton and Steve Cast 6-2 and 6-1. The Tornadoes are back in action tonight at Upper Sandusky. They will look to move forward from this loss and progress as the season moves forward. The Redskins coach had a few words to say about his team after the victory.
Okay. Our goals for the team this year, we are expecting to compete in the SBC for our conference championship, and we're looking to send a few guys on to district and possibly state. Mainly our #1 doubles team here, Tristan Oxter and Dean Colson. That's really kind of what we're looking for here, and hopefully have a few wins that are on conference schedule.
You heard it from the Port Clinton coach himself. We will look forward to seeing how the team does as the season progresses. I'm Henry Bourne, listening back to Elizabeth and Laura at the news desk.
Thanks, Henry.
You know, I just thought of something kind of silly. Everyone always asks us, what exactly is a student prince? And I just realized I don't really know what an Oklahoma Sooner is.
No, but fun fact, the student prince is because of an opera.
I did not know that.
Yes.
When we return, find out how curiosity could have killed the cat.
Student programming from the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
I thought everything would go back to how it used to be. But that wasn't realistic for him or our family. Make the Connection helped me realize that we are not alone. Other families are dealing with similar challenges and working toward the right solutions together. Visit maketheconnection.net to see stories like ours and learn how your family can start the journey toward recovery today.
When depression meets hope, everything can change. Help someone who's struggling by supporting the National Alliance on Mental Illness and be a part of the NAMI effect. Hope starts with you.
Now it's time to get to our final story of the evening. Someone should have let the cat out of the bag. Cupcake, the Siamese cat, survived after being stuck inside a small box for 8 days after her owner accidentally put her in the mail. Cupcake's owner, Julie Baggett, did not see her cat sleeping inside the box when she packed it with DVDs in southwest England to later drop the box in the mail.
After traveling for 260 miles, Cupcake arrived on the other side of the country. The people that received the package were surprised, to say the very least, when they opened the box to see Cupcake peacefully sleeping among the movies they had purchased.
Cupcake was scared, nervous, and very dehydrated, the Evening Standard reports. She was taken to Worthington Grove Lodge Veterinary Group for a health check and identified via her microchip. Cupcake was reunited with her tearful owner on Saturday. Baggett told BBC South today, quote, "I feel terrible about what's happened, you know."
That was a very non-committal quote, you know?
Yeah. But I would be sad about mailing my cat accidentally across the country and then losing her for 8 days.
Yeah. I mean, I think the real question is, though, did she realize that that's where the cat went? Because I wouldn't think that.
I don't know. I would not think that my cat got mailed to the other part of the country.
No.
Thanks for watching WHEI News Center 10 live at 5. Our program tonight was produced and presented by the Department of Communication and Media from inside the Media Communication Center at Heidelberg University.
Thanks for joining us for tonight's program. Be sure to tune in next week.
I'm Elizabeth Wren.
And I'm Laura Beta.
And for Jeff Helms, Henry Bourne, and all the WHEI production crew, we'll see you next time.